Yo, what's up? Today's the 6th of September 2013, and this is episode 3 of the Super Shumi Show. This is the podcast to get your Shumi fix. I am your host, Jen, and with me is the guy who is abandoning his humanity for the greater good of this podcast, Arcus! Okay, if you guys don't know that I think episode 2 is a bit too long, I'm just saying in the future that, like, even though I haven't put it up yet, as of this recording, I know it's still way too long. So I'm trying to do my best to time ourselves and shit. And as I say that now, I forgot to turn on the stopwatch. All right, all right, whatever. This is episode 3, Super Shumi Show. We're just gonna focus on one thing today, and what is our selected feature for today, Arcus?
Jojo's Bizarre Adventure.
Yeah, boy. So anyway, just before that, we're just gonna do a little bit of catching up because I haven't talked to you in a while.
Yeah.
So, both of us. Lately, for the past 2 weeks, I'm just been tired. I'm like, I can't be fucked to do anything. Like, I remember looking at the video files for the recording we did on the second episode. I'm like, oh god, so much talking. Like, so much shit to do. Like, no, I'm too tired.
I was getting a little worried, you know. I mean, I think we were speaking for like 4 hours.
Yeah. Even though at the start of the recording, we were like, all right, we'll try to cut down and everything. We'll try to go within way under 2 hours. That we overclocked it, but yeah.
Oh my god.
Anyway.
Okay. Anyway.
So what's been up? I'll start first.
Okay.
I have finished Tales of Exilia.
Oh yeah, that game.
Oh yeah. My final thoughts about it. It is it's a near perfect game. Only it has the glaring missing stuff that I miss about old Tales games.
Really now?
Yeah. Because there's no crafting system. I think I think that's one because. I don't think it does too well with the upgrading your shops part, where you all the materials that you get from enemies and from treasure chests and shit. You're supposed to donate it to your shop and then you'll get more better shit.
Yeah, right.
I think doing that way is kind of cutting the middleman instead of you're not dualizing. Like what we're talking about in Grace's F.
So if there's no dualizing system, what do you do?
It pretty much the store don't get new weapons not unless you donate gold or materials.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
How will you make your katsudon if you don't have dualizing?
That's what you just have to donate and shit.
That sucks.
Kinda. But in when you do the Eleth mixer thing, during battles, and then when you fulfill certain conditions, then the Eleth mixer will actually make the food and shit.
Yep.
Yeah, it's not here in Exilia.
Oh my god!
But you actually do buy pre-made meals. Which kind of makes sense. and then after at the end of the battle or during the battle, you'll get this you'll double your experience, or you'll recover your health, or you have a stat boost or whatever.
Okay.
So I'm not really too caught up about that. But for the most part, it's really good. I like all the anime cutscenes in this is really good.
I think there's a how many cutscenes did you have in the game when you finally finished?
Oh man, around 8 major cutscenes. And
comparing that to Tales of Graces, because I beat the game around last week, there's only maybe 3 or 4, honestly.
Oh well, yeah. Well, Exilia has more than that, and the quality is better since it's done by what's it called? UFO Table.
Okay.
It's the same dudes who animated Fate Zero.
Oh,
so,
really?
Yeah, for the longest time until Grace's F, all the anime cutscenes were done by Production IG,
Okay.
for the most part, they're like the anime stuff that they've done for Tales is like really rough, really like, and it could have been done better. But Exilia, like they pulled it off. Like all the locations that you see like in the game, it looks really good, translated good in thingy in anime form. So yeah, we could maybe probably in the future talk about more about Tales of Exilia. Like we can only talk about it if you gonna start playing it.
Oh man,
We'll see,
I'm kind
right?
of burnt out, man.
Yeah,
I'm
we'll
kind
see.
of burnt out.
So yeah, after Tales of Exilia, like my future gaming plans is, you remind me just then that Grand Theft Auto 5 is gonna be like within the fortnight,
Yep.
and and I already got my money ready. I don't know whether I should just get the collector's edition. It has like, I don't know, includes like some, like, I don't know, it gives you like extra weapons and shit, and also a blueprint of the map of thingy.
Yeah, I
of
saw.
Los
Like, I
Santos.
kind of spoke with some dude from EB Games like
Yeah.
a few weeks back, talking about this, and he just basically talks about how you get the value pack of all these different maps and trinkets and whatever, and then he gives you like a few more missions, and that's about it, and tattoos. But it doesn't really matter because the game is fully customizable anyway.
Oh, it depends on the well, I think that would be exclusive content. Like, I don't think it will be showing up in the PlayStation or the Xbox Live Arcade store or whatever.
Okay.
Because like the one of the collector's editions for Tales of Exilia is you get two costumes that is only exclusive to that thingy, to that collector's edition, which I had to like because I missed out on it. I had to go to like eBay and then find the guy who's selling the code for it.
Okay.
So yeah, actually, it's kind of worth it. It wasn't more than $8 when I bought it. So yeah. It was worth it. It was worth it. It's just for me, my completion crack in my brain. Like, oh man, if it's a Tales games, I gotta have all the costumes and shit. So yeah, I'm either gonna be I will be playing Grand Theft Auto 5 because that will
I'll
be.
get it later on Christmas because we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
But I really like that game too.
And there will be and there's also like a couple of games that I'm gonna catch up on. Like I decided to miss out on the day of which these games are released. I'm gonna catch up on Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance. Is it Rising?
Machine, son.
Is it called Metal Gear Rising? I keep forgetting.
Metal Gear Rising: Revenge.
Yeah, so it's not Metal Gear Solid. It's Metal Gear Rising.
What was it supposed to be called? Metal Gear Solid Rising, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Metal Gear Solid Rising. Yeah, and I'm gonna play on occasion World of Tanks, and try to get better at it. Man, I'm trying to get the Panzer IV, man. Like, oh man, I gotta keep grinding, and I gotta,
dude.
man, I gotta actually win. Like, not just my team win, but like me getting like kills and shit. And also, I don't know if you heard of this game. It's called The Testament of Sherlock Holmes. I played it a little bit, and it's really, really good actually.
Really?
So even
Rayman Legends. I'm told it's really good.
it's really good actually. Like, there has really good like brain teaser type puzzles, and there's even like a section where you actually do some deductive reasoning.
Okay.
Yeah, so like it's gonna be a while for me to explain how that works, but it's really simple. But you just gotta like play it to see what it looks like and shit. So yeah, how about your end? Do you have anything what's up with you? Or what stuff you're into lately? Or
I beat Tales of Graces, like I said.
Yeah.
I beat the final boss in easy mode because I was sick and tired.
Really? You didn't tell me that.
Oh my god, I just couldn't do it because I was like, oh, this game, I'm not having a good night. So,
Shit.
And so I just beat the game and just left it. As like, wow, okay, all these different stories. It's not worth it, honestly, if you ask me again. It's not like I like Lineage and Legacies, but after killing the final boss, I don't think it's worth it.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, the story just goes on, but it's not relevant in any way because basically Lambda gets dealt with, but nothing happens.
Well,
Everyone goes on with their lives.
like
Hubert doesn't get back with Pascal, so
we
that's
go back.
Yeah,
It's a start, but
it's a start.
But it's only left to us, to our imagination, like how the pairing will go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So nothing really gets resolved. So I was like, oh, okay, whatever.
It's only a weird plot hole that to me at the end of the main story, how Sophie has like a bigger body at the ending cutscene.
Yeah. And then it started getting smaller a little.
So yeah, so like so it didn't make sense. It didn't make sense on that cutscene. So it actually explains a little bit at the end of Lineage and Legacies. So.
But yeah.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it, but that was tiring.
Dude, you gotta love Exilia. Exilia's much better.
After I beat all these God of War games, God.
After God of War, really? Exilia is much more shorter than Graces.
I know.
Like straight up, you'll finish like around 60 hours.
Okay.
It's only 60 hours compared to like the 80 plus the Graces had.
I'll ask for the game in November or something when I'm finally done with everything. We'll see. But two more things. One thing I'm really mad about is that aside from anime and manga, I also look into tokusatsu and comic books, right?
Right.
And recently, around I think it was yesterday, there was news that the people who are in charge of Batwoman, the comic book for DC Comics, which is actually one of my favorite comic books right now, it's already pretty much set in that comic book that Batwoman, who is a lesbian, will actually get married to to Maggie Sawyer around like in the next few issues after all this is said and done.
Right. So what's happening?
DC executives sent a quick message to the creators and told them, no, they're not getting married.
That's it?
And they basically fucked with their plans, So all this.
So how did they react?
They quit.
Oh. Shit.
Like J.H. Williams III, he wrote on his Twitter account that he was going to quit after issue 26. So it was actually really disheartening news because Batwoman is one of those few titles that people give a shit about because she has her own universe happening, all these different events like Justice League and all this stuff. They all have, they usually connect with all kinds of different characters, but Batwoman, she usually does her own thing most of the time. So I'm actually surprised they actually fucked with Batwoman this hard. It's actually, oh my god. But yeah, it's really sad. It's not about the gay marriage thing. It's just, I think it's that DC Comics is a little worried about growth. You know how Batman over like 40 to 50 years hasn't actually grown any older? So he's still around his 30s or 40s, but compared to other comic books like Invincible, they're actually aging a lot more because some people are actually getting married and having children, and then Superman is still fucking around with Lois Lane,
So you're saying like you're like the DC guy, the head DC guys are like afraid of like
change and growth.
change and like settling down type of thing.
Yeah, so I'm one of those people who actually want to see Batman get old and retire his mantle.
But like, with Batwoman, did it look like that she's gonna continue doing Batman?
She's still gonna fight crime and stuff like that, but they basically told them that DC executives told them not to let them get married.
All right.
Yeah, maybe they'll still be together. Maybe like they won't show them getting married, but honestly, it's not a really big deal. The big deal is that they won't let them grow any older. Have character development. And another thing that's happening recently is that they released a new Kamen Rider Gaim.
Yeah.
Oh my god, ninja, not fruit samurais, man.
Fruit samurai. It's not fruit ninja. Fruit samurai.
Jen, you think this is a motherfucking Gaim, huh?
Oh man. like when you first showed me the early pics of like teaser pics of like Kamen Rider Gaim, like I like initially thought it was like it's way too colorful.
Really?
Yeah,
definitely. It's orange and shit like that.
Because like with press with like other than like Forza, only like the recent freaking rider like color schemes, like they of course they're colorful, but like their base colors like it's got involved black in it. Mm-hmm. So that's what I've noticed. So because like black is sleek, black is cool, black is like the new RoboCop movie. So watching, I think it's not. I don't think it's like a negative thing. Yeah. With Gaim's overall.
I'm told it's cutting out all that bullshit we've had for 4 years. So we're not gonna get any more two-parters. Our stories are gonna get a little more darker and more serious now for all the new fags like me. I mean, old fags. So I'm like, yes, this is gonna be the perfect Kamen Rider series over the past next few years.
Which Kamen Rider series, like out of the entire like, out of the entire thingy world of the Kamen Riders so far, are like, do you consider to be dark?
Really dark?
Yeah, like story wise.
First few Heisei series, so Kuga, Agito, Ryuki, and Faiz.
Okay.
So because Kuga basically talks about how these monsters are killing people for fun and they're treating it like a game. Okay. So whenever they kill one person, they put it on a numbering scale, like a tally. So these people kill like 600 people per episode, you know?
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, it's
That's
all
grim.
calculated and put in the news and shit like that. So Kuga has to work with the police to fight these dudes.
Okay,
yeah.
Okay. Right.
It's that dark. And gradually they just stop talking about people's casualties and stuff like that.
Alright.
And the police just stop doing shit.
But can you even imagine like Kamen Rider Gaim to be like a hint of dark into it?
I could. Well, if they kill off one of the characters, like in first episode, no, maybe the first 3 episodes, then that's pretty much a mark for darkness already.
Yeah. So like so you still think that they won't, like mindlessly slaughtering like civilians or whatever.
Well, I really
hope
of the reason. I really hope that Kamen Rider stops being My Little Pony. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, come on. I watch, like...
It cannot be helped because, like, they're back-to-back with freaking, like, I don't know what this year's Sentai show is, and they're, like, with Precure, with Doki Doki, like...
And plus, like, no, Kamen Rider on the schedule is always the Lost in the Superhero Time series.
Yeah.
So, they could be a little darker, you know? Like, gradually...
Like, here's your light bright stuff, here's your Precure, here's your robot for Sentai and shit, like...
And there's your grim dark bullshit from Kamen Rider. Yeah, I could treat that shit, you know? I'll throw money at the screen.
That was good, like, that, at least if I were living in Japan and knew Japanese, like, alright, like, Doki Doki's finished now, I could turn off the TV. Because I don't want to watch dark, really crazy dark shit. But I don't think it's going to be that dark, I reckon.
I hope it is. I hope that, people actually... There's endearing characters that aren't just there because, fan service or funny. Haha, that guy just got kicked in the balls funny. Because that's what happened this season, Actually, 3 people got kicked in the balls in 5 seconds. Yeah.
Really?
But yeah, we'll see what happens.
I don't know, like, kids are watching it.
I'm sure people like me and like old fags and people who actually watch Kamen Rider for like since the beginning watch it or stream it just to watch Kamen Rider, aside from kids. So there is a market for people like us. It's just that it's easier to focus on kids because it's a kid show.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's all from me.
You know what's also a kid show?
What?
Precure. Oh my god! Ever since like, I'm gonna talk briefly about Doki Doki Precure. Ever since Cure Ace, like, is like, no, I want to talk about before Cure Ace. There were like a lot of spoiler pics. Not spoiler pics, but they're like pictures that are hinting that there's gonna be a new Precure out of the. Like, there's already, like, an established 4. That's the main 4. And then, like, people weren't sure in the community. Like I heard there's gonna be a new Precure. I heard there's gonna be Cure Ace, and she's freaking red. And like Precure, bullshit. And then they were seeing pictures of of Cure Ace holding her weapon, which is pretty much like advertising the new toy, and then people are thinking like, nah, man, that's like freaking Photoshop shit, man. And then I think around episode was it 22, the what do you call it, the TV summary for the what's gonna be on there, what's gonna air on this week's Precure, and then they have they listed the voice actress for Cure Ace. It's freaking Kyugyu.
Okay.
Then we're like, alright, yeah, that's it, that's legit. And then fucking when she appears, because nobody knows who she is, story wise, people thought it was this girl, the bad guy, Regina. She's a bad guy but turned into a good guy, and then later turned to a bad guy again. And people think oh man, Regina's gonna be curious, everyone's gonna be hyping shit, and it's a completely different person. So and it caught everyone off guard, and then from then on, who is Cure Ace? Her civilian form. Who's this kid really? And then why is she so OP? And then she introduced freaking Precure lore way before, and she knows all about the legendary Precures. That's even before she turned into Cure Ace. She was actually looking for the legendary weapons.
That sounds fucking bionical as fuck.
It's nuts, and it's something that I would fucking eat. Fucking yeah.
Still, they're wearing frilly costumes. I still can't get into that shit.
It's good shit, man. Fuck you. You're ready. You're watching Hardcatch. You're in for the long run now, man. You actually I guarantee you that you will like the ending of Hardcatch.
Yeah, I will.
It will give you feels.
I'm sure it will, but let's see over time. I still have Legend of Galactic Heroes, man.
Oh well, you're not gonna get over the feels that you'll get the moment you'll see finally Cure Moonlight returns.
Oh yeah, I'll fucking watch.
I'm warning you now. It's gonna be a long haul. Gonna be a long time until Cure Moonlight will come back. So yeah, anything else? I'm half hyped about the Sailor Moon SH figure arts.
Oh shit!
Yeah, because remember I watched the the figure review by Firestarter.
Oh yeah, that guy.
Yeah,
I love your reviews.
I'm still subscribed to that guy. I remember you gave me that guy's link just to enter a fucking, was it Akiba Ranger drawing.
I remember that.
I'm still subscribed to the guy. I don't know why. And then I would click his videos occasionally, only the figures I'm interested in, the Red Ranger from Power Rangers. He's gonna review that, and I'm ooh, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I can go to Woolies and just buy all 4 TMNT toys and shit, that kind of thing. Yeah, and then he reviewed the Sailor Moon SH figure arts. I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna buy all of it. Mm-hmm. I'm mainly interested about Cure. Not Cure Venus. What are you talking about? Sailor Venus.
Cure Jupiter.
Cure Mercury. Yeah. So it kind of, I don't know. It's when he was holding the figure in his hand. It kind of looks underwhelming.
Really?
Because I got fucking Cure Black Max Heart version right here, right in front of me. I'm oh, she's just so cool. So I don't know. But it looks really true to the thingy, to the show. It has quite a bit of different accessories. Oh no, interchangeable hands and shit. So you're in for the all the poses that you want her to do and shit. I don't know. It's kind of okay, but I really just want my Sailor Venus. She's my favorite.
But okay, I love SH figure arts, and I've been collecting it for over 2 or 3 years now, especially the Kamen Rider shit. But I really want to get that Sailor Moon, but I know that if I get it, it's a fucking black hole. I'll have to get all the other Sailor Moons.
Yeah, you gotta complete.
Yeah, she'll look out of place next to all my bros. So I have to get all her gals, you know? So I'm not gonna do it, but I don't know about you, John.
It's strange because like I don't feel like that. I don't feel like that with Pretty Cure, the SH figures Pretty Cure, because like with right now I'm still trying to like I don't know like try to squeeze out money just to get the freaking Cure White Max Heart version, and she's fucking crazy expensive shit, man. You know how much is it she's going for Amazon?
What?
At least $194.
Jeez.
Without shipping or anything. It's just that's what. Yeah, at least $194. I'm like searching high and low in the fucking internet, trying to find like somebody would be giving up a freaking like a brand new Max Heart version of Cure White.
But that's the thing from buying online. Sometimes you get really ripped off from all that stuff. For example, you, like me and Jen, we both have a friend, and he likes Oro emo stuff. And so on his birthday, some friends got him a Kuroneko figure. And when I asked about the price, it was going for like $100-something bucks.
Was it?
They were, I think they got ripped off, honestly.
Was it the Figma Kuroneko,
No,
or is it just
still figure? It was a still figure.
What are we talking about? Is it like a 1/8 scale figure, or is it like kind of like a gachapon type of thing?
It's a let's see, I don't quite remember, but it's a figure of around it's a size of maybe a little taller than an SH figure. It's like a V3.
Ah.
And
speaking of V3, he's standing right next to Cure Black right now.
Damn,
I'm looking
right.
at him.
But
So, yeah.
it's a still of Kuroneko in the Neko maid costume. Yeah, I think
That is much. That is a bit much, man.
yeah, I think he got ripped off.
That's a bit much. I think you can find a better deal somewhere else.
Yeah, I'm right.
I can't. Well, look who's talking. I'm about to I'm about to like spend at least $200 on Cure White just to finish my freaking
But
Pretty Cure.
there's a difference because yours is more valuable because
It's crazy valuable. Like all the normal the standard edition of Cure Black and Cure White, they're going pretty cheap, like super cheap. Like I think like for like $50 is pretty cheap for the old SH, but fucking the ones this Cure Black right now, like man, I don't remember how much I spent for. Fucking
yours is valuable because SH Figure Arts has a thing where if they do release the figure, it's usually like a smaller batch or something like that.
Yeah.
And it's rare as fuck because there's no set schedule what they want to re-release. So, for example, for Kamen Riders, there was Kamen Riders and their bikes, but because there was a lack of Kamen Riders, the bikes went up to fuckload, to fucking expensive. You know.
Did they? So with the bikes, there is it the same amount of bikes there is to the figures?
Their price is almost exactly the same as the figures, but now if you want to buy, let's say, Kamen Rider Black RX's Acrobator,
all right,
which is his bike, you're talking about maybe $200-something bucks.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, that bad.
Yeah, you know, it's also the weirdest thing about pricing, like because I do mainly my my SH Figure Arts pricing, and I'm forecasting by looking at eBay, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, okay, like Cure Blossom, pretty cheap. Cure Marine, pretty cheap. Hey, Cure Moonlight, that's a decent price. Cure Sunshine, freaking like at least 180.
Oh, Jesus.
Cure Sunshine, not Cure Moonlight. Cure Sunshine.
That's because I think she was with all the other precures, she's a web exclusive. So just
like with my the Cure Black I have now.
Yeah,
I heard it's also a web exclusive as well.
So you're talking about not $30. You're talking about maybe $50-$60 to start off with.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. So that's why people like to pre-order early.
And people say that the Cure Sunshine She like people say that she's like molded much better than the other Hardcatch SH figure arts. So, oh yeah. So yeah, just right now I need more money. I need more. I need to work harder for all this freaking crazy expensive shit. But like right now, my money, my first thing that I'm gonna spend my money with is freaking Grand Theft Auto 5.
Yeah, right.
I think it's gotta be like a good month, just like I did with Exilia, playing it. Oh yeah, probably because I like freaking like I like playing was it GTA San Andreas so much. I like that's still my favorite Grand Theft Auto game. So
that was the last Grand Theft Auto game I bought.
Really?
Yeah.
Have you finished it?
I don't remember anymore.
It's okay if you didn't have to finish it.
Yeah.
Just as long as like just as long as you unlock all the areas, then you can like pretty much do whatever you want. And, yeah, it's still great. So yeah, like with Grand Theft Auto 5, it's freaking Los Santos, and just like a really enhanced version of San Andreas. It's gonna look really good. But I'm trying to.
If I play Grand Theft Auto 5, I want to go down to Grove Street and kill ZJ. That's all I'm asking.
I don't know if he's still. I don't know. Like in Grand Theft Auto 4, they don't like do any callbacks of like old Grand Theft Auto characters. So I don't know. They might go like all 100% unique, just like what they did with GTA 4. But I don't mind. I don't care. It's Los Santos. Yeah. Just as long as I see Grove Street there, then it's fine.
Yeah, pretty much.
Grove Street, freaking Mount Chiliad, and all that shit. Yeah. So yeah, that's all our stuff. That's us catching up. And our next section we're going to talk about is JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. In Japanese, it's called Jojo no Kimio na Boken.
So no chi no sa
dame JoJo. So yeah, JoJo. It's a long running manga series. Published in, is it weekly Shonen Jump or monthly?
Weekly.
Weekly, yeah. Okay, cool.
Weekly. Yeah.
Yeah, it is weekly, and it's done by a mangaka named Hirohiko Araki.
Yep.
And when did it first serialize? It was like mid 80s.
80s, yeah, 80s.
Yeah. Dude, man, does this predate? Is JoJo predating Dragon Ball?
I think they showed up around the same time.
Because to me this is like to my brain, I think this is like the most earliest like acceptable shonen type of like manga.
He's up there with Hokuto no Ken, if you ask me. Definitely.
Yeah, like they do have similar style, but I think when it comes to like modern shonen jumps, like some parts in JoJo actually does feel familiar with like modern shonen stuff. There's like different characters, wacky characters. Then you also get like plot twists and freaking mandatory power up sections. So that's why that's why I'm seeing a lot in just like watching JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Yeah, from what I remember about JoJo is that I don't quite remember anything about JoJo actually. I just know that it exists and all this crazy shit happens, but I don't know anything about it.
Mm-hmm.
And then until a few years ago when you told me that you started reading the original Phantom Blood.
I did.
And you told me that, so what's up with JoJo? And you're like, JoJo is a character that shows up in multiple generations. And it's like, okay, that makes sense as to how there's a lot of replayability about that character then.
Yeah.
So there's all these different characters called JoJo, but they all have different personalities and protagonists. But
yeah, they're pretty much different. Like how I got into how I discovered JoJo is a bit bizarre. Oh no, not bizarre. It's like it's kind of like it's not something like I would hear from a friend like, "Yo, Jen, you should check out JoJo's Bizarre Adventure." I'm like
and you'll be like, "Yoru does it."
yeah, yeah, like nothing like that. Like the first thing I heard about JoJo is the game, the old Capcom fighting game of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. It was based on Stardust Crusaders.
Okay.
So like I'm like
Yeah,
and also the meme as well, like the Dio meme, like
Zawaruda!
Zawaruda! Yeah, that kind of shit. So like, but like I heard of the game, and then I heard of the meme, and then it was like only like years later when I was like, hey, guess what? Morning Musume is involved. So, so I was watching like an interview with like one of the members of Morning Musume, and like one of the younger members of Morning Musume. I think she's like around 15 now. They ask her like, hey, like what's your favorite manga? And she says JoJo. And then the guys the interviewers were surprised. They're like, "Really? That's a pretty like
That's a boys' book.
That's a pretty shonen type of manga." And she's like, "Yeah, I love it." Like, really? Is that okay for like an idol to like JoJo? So I gotta check it out. So yeah, so they at the time I think like a few episodes of JoJo had released, but I only checked it out after JoJo's finished when I started like, hey, I'll pick up the last, well, was it released last year, JoJo?
2012, yeah.
Yeah, so yeah.
We should start, reviewing newer content, because we've been talking about some old content for a while.
We were about to review C3.
Oh yeah, but you didn't watch it.
I didn't. I'll
Get into the hype, Jan.
All right. Promise. All right, next week. Okay. I mean next episode. Not next week. So next episode, we'll talk about C3 then, yeah? So that would be like around, what, episode 10, 11 by then?
Okay.
I think that's enough. Like, it's only going for like a quarter. Like, it's only going for like one normal season, right?
Yep.
Okay, so yeah, I think it will be
13
okay.
episodes. It's really short.
All right, well, then it'll be okay. Like, well, all right. So yeah, back to JoJo. I don't want to talk. I don't want to go into like summary.
Let's not talk about what happens outside of the anime for people who haven't read it like me.
Yeah.
But I will say that my first impression of JoJo is that when I first heard of JoJo, I thought he's the dude with the hat and the dude behind the stand thing, Jotaro.
You're not wrong, but
I wasn't wrong, but I didn't know that JoJo has, multiple generations.
Yeah.
So, wow, oh my god.
Which they all coincidentally have their nickname JoJo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, that bastard knows how to write a book. Yeah.
So anyway.
If you look at, this was a joke in Gintama, but it's actually legit, is that the mangaka for JoJo, what was his name again?
Hold on. Hirohiko Araki?
Yeah, Hirohiko Araki. He's an immortal fairy.
Okay, yeah.
Because,
I know where you're going with this.
Because, okay, there were promo shots and interview pictures of him talking to other people. Someone cut every single picture over the years of his face and led all the way to 2013. His face never changes.
And
I think that
is that legit, or is it just like all Photoshop?
It's not Photoshop. He looks exactly the same every year.
Jeez.
He must have, put on. He's a real example of how the stone masks actually work.
Okay. All right, let's get on to the anime. Yeah. So like the anime ran from last year, and I think it just finished like the previous season.
Yeah.
So how many episodes were there? 26?
26, yes.
Yeah, 26 episodes, and it covers the first two parts of the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure manga.
Yeah.
And I think it's a really good start actually for it's a really good start for like the hype of the next hopefully the next season of JoJo. and it's all yeah.
It follows Phantom Blood and Battle Tendency.
So quickly run down through Phantom Blood. Phantom Blood is it's the start of the Joestar feud against like all the pretty much the minions that the Stone Mask Crown creates, and famously the main bad guy in Jojo Part 1 is Dion Brando, who starts off as Joestar's kind of like live-in brother. And like I don't want to bore like the how he got in there, but Dio's life lessons to become a complete dick to Jojo, and pretty much grab his his family some fortune. So he's a real like cerebral guy. He's always planning. He's patient enough to wait for a couple of years.
Calculating son of a bitch, you know.
Yeah.
But it's just I felt like it's just a normal family feud kind of story, and then it went into the battles.
Yeah, when it comes to just Dio's pure plan of like taking over the Joestar estate, it was kind of going well. Only that he got exposed too early.
Yeah.
Then he's just finally resorted himself to like succumb to the powers of the Stone Mask and becomes a demon of the night, a vampire,
using a stone Incan mask that the Joestar family excavated on one of their journeys or something like that.
Yeah,
they never explained it, did they?
No, not really.
Yeah, it's just that. Oh, by the way, we found a stone mask, and we're gonna find out how we're gonna do it. You know, it's kind of weird, but
it was only Jonathan. It was only Jonathan Joestar who actually dedicated a bit of research into the Stone Mask, and then like Dio discovered it. Like, hey, I should put it with place it on somebody's face, and he put it on as a test subject with this drunk guy on the streets of London. Oh, London? Was it London?
Yeah, it was London.
Oh, whatever. So and then Dio cornered by the accusation by Jonathan and the ever always what you call it, narrating everything Speedwagon.
Okay. Jojo seriously suffers from shonen disease, and shonen disease is something I coined a few years ago when I was beginning to understand anime a bit more, and I started watching Hitman Reborn back in the day, and I got up to the time travel arc, and there's this bullshit where there's always one character that's not fighting, and he's always narrating by himself. What the fuck is going on? That's shonen disease. You know, no one. It's like, I know that is trying to, explain to the audience what the fuck is going on, but there are easier ways of doing this.
I didn't think so. With JoJo, it's really crazy enough that it's like you really need people like you really need like people like the main characters. And also Speedwagon to like explain to us what the fuck I'm like seeing right now. It's so awesome. It's so fabulous that it's like please tell me. And
but yeah, it's a pretty good story to start off with. But I think the meat and butter of JoJo was Battle Tendency.
Battle Tendency. Oh man, like as much as good as like the start of Dio and the start of the feud of everything, and how because like JoJo doesn't he's not alone again, like him fighting against Dio and the creatures of the night. He discovers a technique called Hamon, or
ripple power.
Yeah. Which he actually get taught by what's his name, Zeppeli, Zeppeli, yeah. Italian. Zeppeli. So, and then shit happens. Part 1 ends with... I don't want to spoil.
Yeah, don't spoil too much.
Yeah, I don't want to spoil, but it wasn't a happy ending.
It was bittersweet.
It's a bittersweet, yeah. But the bad guy's defeated nonetheless. Yeah. So yeah,
did he?
Ooh! Shut up! So anyway, part 2 is set like 50 years after the end of... 50 years after thingy. 50 or 30 years after the end of part 1.
30 years.
30 years?
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, longer than that. I think
it's longer than that, because, like, Lisa.
It was around the 40s, so I would say 60 years, because when they start Battle Tendency, it was around 1930s to 40s. So I would say, around 50, 60 years, yeah.
Yeah, there we go, see. Because, like, freaking, what's her face? Joseph's grandma. She was pretty young at the end of part 1. Yeah. And she's, like, pretty old now in part 2. So, and part 2 focuses on the new Jojo. The new character. His name is Joseph Joestar.
Yeah.
And yeah, he is a...
he's a British guy who just settled in America, if I'm correctly.
Yeah. And who is he voiced by?
He's voiced by Tomokazu Sugita.
Yeah! You know what? He's so fucking perfect.
His voice is the epitome of anime, of comedy anime.
Yeah, comedy anime. I'm like, because like I started to like him because of Kyon, and then he's in like other shit like Gintama and stuff.
Gintama, right? And like all these others, like all smart minor roles back in the day. Did you know he played older Chrono in Nanoha Strikers?
He did?
Yeah, he was older. Chrono. Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Yeah. But he played a lot of different roles. But I would say his best roles are always when he's making fun of shit, because he is a nerd in real life. So like
that's awesome.
Because like there was like a few interviews where they went to the studio when Haruhi was airing, and they spoke with Sugita, and these people who are interviewing them are American, and so they showed up just to talk with them, right? So they spoke with Sugita, and Sugita is like, "Oh, are you guys from the Principality of Zeon?" Which is a Gundam reference.
All right.
Like, wow, he just used a Gundam reference against them. Whoa, holy shit! This guy does this shit. So, but yeah, there's Battle Tendency, and then there's that. But honestly, Battle Tendency is way too good because of all the posing. Yeah.
Oh yeah, like you'll because of the like when you compare the two intros that they show each part, like the first intro, I think by far is like the most memorable.
It sets the mood,
It sets the mood, and it, like if you're paying attention to the lyrics, it's actually telling you the story about these two guys, of Jojo and Dio.
Yeah.
And then like part 2 is like
it's about
immediately it hits you all this weird psychedelic, colorful like motif and.
Yeah, but the lyrics too also reflect what the fights are about this time.
And I hope like because of that, I'm hoping that the opening for part 3, it doesn't spoil too much.
It doesn't spoil too much, but I want it to be fucking awesome again.
Yeah,
and you know what? For the ending themes for part 3, 4, 5, and 6 or 7, I want it to be Roundabout again.
I don't mind. Yeah, I don't mind Roundabout. That's a really good. It's a really good song, actually.
I'm all the round.
Not only that, because like at the end of you're at the end of the episode, you hear like the like ding 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 ding.
Yeah.
like you get like, oh man, am I near the end of the episode already? Shit.
Yeah.
And it just leads up to the cliffhanger of the episode, and then just cuts to the
bass guitar just starts riffing, and you're going down.
Too good. It's really good. Oh my god. So yeah, Battle Tendency is about like actually quite a bit of exposition is like pretty much shown throughout throughout that part of the series.
I'm told that they cut stuff out in that anime, right?
I didn't read the thingy.
Yeah, but I'm told some parts are cut, but they kept most of the important things.
Yeah, because like I was looking at a few pages of Battle Tendency, like after watching them, I was looking at like a couple of panels, like for the most part, everything's pretty much animated like panel to panel, like shot to shot. So
It's because of
I
all
think
the
it's
posing, dude. Especially the posing.
the mandatory posing.
Yeah.
Like
Caesar!
yeah. So the story about from Bell Tennessee is what you call it. We actually get to meet the creators of the Stone Mask so soon too.
They don't explain how they made the stone masks, but you just have to, you know.
Like I'm pretty sure like one of the bad guys actually created the Stone Mask.
Yeah, but how do you do it? They never explained it. You know?
Who cares about the how? Because they're like those like pillar men.
Yep.
The like well actually one of them is the guy who actually did make the Stone Mask.
Kazu!
Like they're pretty like they're already OP and it's like by
Their
themselves.
names are really rad for people who were born like millions of years ago.
Like me, actually.
It's like, oh, there's a dude called Web, and then there's a dude called AC/DC. I was like, what? Did they have metal rock bands back?
Yeah, because like like it is to give a little funny homage to the old 80s bands, but they actually kept the name as in katakana. So you have to say it like as in Japanese. So it's like AC/DC in Karazu.
AC/DC! Kazu!
In Wamu.
Man, these guys.
Oh, but these guys, like the moment they come into come into scene and actually
They choose scenery a lot, you know. It's like whenever they show up, you just don't give a fuck about anyone else but them.
Yeah, and then you're actually pretty much on edge on them because these guys are like way stronger than the first pillarman that you see in Bell Tendency, which is Santana. Santana was crazy guy. It was like it's like the stuff he does is like even though it's like some familiar elements you see in like modern shonen manga.
So who is Santana now? Now that I think about
he's just on a regular thingy.
No, because you got.
He's like
power.
he's a regular dude.
No, but okay. The thing is, the reason why the Pillar Men got their powers is because they used they used the stone masks, right? But it failed. But because there are different kind of human beings, so that's why they're so strong afterwards.
But I think they were already strong before the stone mask.
Yeah, but I thought that you use a stone mask so that you could suck people's blood. So Santana. So it's a little confusing who Santana is because he either used a stone mask to combat these guys, or I'm not quite sure.
Yeah, because without going into way deep into spoiler territory, but these pillar men, there are they call themselves as the superior race, and which is kind of true when they give you like a short backstory about them in like one of the start of the later episodes of part 2, and they were like their superior race before man could like before humans could actually start evolving.
Yeah.
So that's what in my head they're pretty much the perfect beings. Nearly perfect beings. Only that one of them cars is way too ambitious, and then he just seeks to have greater power and make the stone mask and.
But for viewers who just want to start watching JoJo's Bizarre Adventure but can't be fucked to finish Phantom Blood because it is really kind of boring in the beginning.
You gotta watch Phantom Blood.
But
you gotta watch it. Part 3 is Part 1 is important to watch. Part 3.
No, if you just want to watch Battle Tendency, then I would suggest you go and find a bridge series by YouTube viewer Antfish TAS.
Oh.
Because even though their shit is on par with how they're supposed to do it in the actual anime series.
Just to let people know that the subs that we were watching,
oh my god,
is by GG subs.
Oh god,
and they're very infamous for doing really, really, I don't know,
they were for being trolls. Even though
trolls are doing out of left field type of subbing.
I remember I was watching Sacred 7 using GG subs and I didn't know about their story. He like halfway through, like maybe 3 to 4 episodes in, he starts calling the main character Squall. Because he's all emo and shit every episode.
Oh, jeez.
And it's not just the subs. There's this one time where they basically delete the whole song from the opening and put "They See Me Rolling, They Hate It."
Jesus, man.
It did that. It makes sense because that guy is riding a motorcycle the whole time.
So what did you think about their subs for JoJo?
It's
because to me, like I'll tell you now that to me it kind of fits.
Makes sense. It kind of fits because they're speaking in Britain. No, they're talking in English, like ye old English.
The ye old English, like that. How would they say at the time?
It makes sense because first off, these people are British, so they wanted to use some British subs, and then they start like in Battle Tendency. There were some Nazis and Germans, and so they kind of put some Germans in there too.
Yeah.
So it kind of makes sense.
And a little bit of Italian because they were.
But sometimes they just kind of omit what the actual characters are saying and just
because what you're hearing in Japanese is actually like fluent Japanese.
And sometimes Japanese words. No, sometimes when they speak in Japanese, it might be like they're actually saying English words but speaking in Japanese. So for example, overdrive. It means overdrive. But for some reason they put like sunlight, heart, whatever, ripple power.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
I was like,
my favorite one is like freaking Dio, man. Like I like the clip of it is like, "Goodbye, Jojo," and they just translated it as like "Farewell, Jojo." Like, nah, you should have just kept the thing in.
Goodbye, Jojo.
It was so fucking so good. Oh man, wow. Dio, oh my god. Like, oh man, what's his voice actor's name?
Oh, I thought he was I thought he was the dude who did Adam Blade from Needless. Turns out it's not that guy, but he's
he's around the place. What do you call it? Hold on.
No, but it turns out that guy and the guy who played Adam Blade in Needless, they were part of the same voice actor group.
Okay.
So that's why they have similar voices.
Takehito Koyasu.
Yeah.
Like I remember him as thingy. What you call it? One of the Tales of the Abyss. One of the characters named Jude Curtis. His Japanese voice is the same guy as Dio, and like, and what you call it? His character in the game is like, he's not very Dio, but he's like a likable, mature guy type of thing. And then like he's sometimes serious, sometimes he's like always making fun of the main character and shit. So that's how I like remember him as.
Oh man! But I hope he comes back for season 3.
Fuck, he will. Oh, yes, I want more. I want more. Goodbye, Jojo. That kind of shit. So yeah.
Kinjaku.
So what kind of like new things we were introduced in Battle Tendency? There's more different uses of Hamon or Ripple. Yeah. Like
they started viewing Ripple energy into other things and ability and like objects, so it works.
Yeah. And like breathing, it really is really important for like Ripple to work.
Yeah, especially there's a scene in there where Jojo is fighting one of the Pillarmen or something, and then Speedwagon was there, and like Jojo was, I think he was injured or some shit, and then Speedwagon's like, "Respirate, damn it, respirate!" God damn it, respirate, Jojo!
Oh
it's
man!
Like, oh man!
So what did you think about the battles, like including part 1, like in JoJo?
I'm fucking surprised. I'm really fucking surprised. This is so good.
Yeah. Because
like from all that shit I've been hearing about JoJo, it sounds like some kind of homoerotic bullshit. All the fights are manly as fuck.
Really manly.
In their own perspective, but
it helps like with the main characters explaining what's happening, actually.
Yeah. It kind of Yeah, but I don't
Which
like it. But it's just me.
I like it. Like what's happening? Like freaking. I think
No, of course it's supposed. Stuff like that is always going to happen. But I like to put shonen disease on a minimal if I want to watch a shit. Like if I'm watching, I don't know, fucking Toriko, because Toriko has really minimal amounts of shonen disease.
Right.
But that means sometimes it's kind of weird because there's new abilities that you don't know about or stuff like that. I like it more when people are inner monologuing.
Okay.
More than just people like outside just talking, because it means that they're doing nothing.
Well, to be fair, there, like within all the fights, there's not much like like really lengthy fights.
Mm-hmm.
Only except for like the last one. The last one is like crazy, like three stage fights, man.
Yeah, but okay. There's one part I'm a little confused about. Is that
which one?
All of the Pillarman's minions in the last few episodes, right?
Right.
So I'm assuming they got their powers by fill me in.
Oh, you mean the very last thing?
Yeah, like all the hundreds of dudes that are there to fight and to serve cars and all these other people.
Oh, you mean those minions?
Yeah, they got their powers by
powers. They didn't get any powers.
But they are like undead, so they got.
Yeah, they were just people that Stonemen.
They were undead. That's why they had to use the UV lights against them.
Yeah, which that's like another crazy like thing that's used against them.
Yeah, but
like how they did it was pretty funny.
No, I mean like these minions are there, but they which means that they are vampires, right? But how did they turn into vampires?
Stonemen.
Stone masks, right?
Yeah, Stone Mask.
And we've seen in Phantom Blood how powerful Stone Mask characters could be compared to people who are bitten by Stone Mask people, right?
No, actually, I think they're the same. Like Dio was pretty much like a minion at the time when he was fighting Jojo the first time.
He could shoot lasers and shit.
No, that was afterward. After he recuperated from his first loss against Jojo. Because he pretty much discovers the potential of like being what a vampire is. So meaning like anything he touches will freeze.
Okay,
because with Ripple you actually enhance like pretty much your strength and your like crazy like I don't know like all the good stuff that you see with the Ripple. So pretty much if you hone in your like all the good properties of being a vampire is like like your skin is cold, so make it super cold that it'll become anything you touch will be freezing, or like you can use you can use your blood and you can actually use them as like whips to like kill people or whatever.
But yeah, I'm just saying if they were all turned using the stone masks, then I would assume that since they've been there for a few days or whatnot and there's no enemies, they would actually practice how to turn into vampires.
No, I don't think the Stonemen would want them to be any more stronger.
So I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but I thought that because they use the stone masks, their powers would be around Dio's level, so it will be harder to kill them.
Yeah,
but I don't know. But
well,
what do you think about?
Because like right now, like you're comparing like what Dio has against like I don't know like the Pillar Men and the thingy, but like I read a bit in part 3 like holy shit like Dio is pretty OP. So yeah, that's a little something to look forward to in part 3.
But what do you think about the ending about the anime?
The ending?
Yeah. The final fight.
How like the final fight? It was actually very nerve-wracking.
It was kind of nerve-wracking.
It was very nerve-wracking because like who Joseph was like fighting against at the end, it was like that guy was so OP that like I don't know how you could possibly like fight against him, because he pretty much nearly used up all of his Ripple powers.
Mm-hmm.
And he's pretty much resulting to the good old like Sugita Tomokazu like like
looks like it's a job for Plan C. Plan
like,
C.
Like run the fuck away.
Smokey.
So yeah, like it was really nerve wracking. Like
the point of Smokey the whole time, I don't get it.
I don't know. It's just
Smokey
a friend.
just shows up for like 2-3
He was.
episodes.
I don't know because like it was written. I don't know. I don't know whether if it's like a racial issue.
Yeah,
Is
it's like, oh, you're not
like that
coming over
strong
this
back in
guy.
the mid '80s. I don't know. I don't know how that was like. So.
It was kind of weird, but you know.
So yeah, like it was. Yeah, when I say nerve wracking, because like you don't like you see how OP and what he can do. So pretty much like whatever like Joseph has to like all of his plans that potentially might I don't know let him win the fight. You're afraid. Like I'm afraid that the bad guy will actually like think of another way to like to get one up on to get one up on Jojo.
Yeah.
And yeah, so it's a really
Son of
good.
a bitch.
It's really good. Like I like the really like the safe assumption. Like yeah, this bad guy's dead for sure. Like he's defeated for sure.
He was so hard to kill.
Yeah.
So hard. But the way they killed him, it was kind of weird.
It's kind of weird, but if you think about physics wise, half of it makes sense.
Half of it makes sense.
Half of
The other
it
half
like
makes no sense.
yeah, but but the narration even in the manga, I read that part in the manga. Yeah, like they the dude established that yeah, this guy is definitely gone. Like you won't see his ass anymore.
But it's like fucking ass pulls, dude. It's like, oh, meanwhile, this and this and this happened. So chain reaction, this happened. Oh, goodbye, bad guy. It's like, what? How did Jojo plan all this shit down?
I don't know. I don't know whether that part of the plan was like legit.
Oh, it's crazy.
Because like he didn't realize that he had that thing in his hand.
Oh.
So everything was just all a big chain reaction and shit.
Yeah, I was like, wow, this shit just fucking did all this just happen in 5 minutes?
Yeah. When you think about it,
that's the feel of it, you know.
yeah, everything just happened in 5 minutes. So
It's like this all. Oh, wow. Okay.
fucking
Really hard to comprehend here, but okay.
yeah.
But
So and pretty much it. Like what? So would you recommend JoJo?
Thumbs up. Thumbs up.
Yeah.
My stan has a thumbs up too.
we don't know about stands yet. Don't spoil part 3. So yeah, for me. So what did you mainly like about JoJo? Like what is like?
I love the ending theme first off because I felt like Roundabout sounds like something you hear from the Beatles, but it's not quite the Beatles. So it's like, wow, this is sexy as hell.
Yeah.
And sometimes they change colors and art styles and stuff like that.
Yeah, I noticed about that too.
Login.
Like for the most part, it was like normal, like you know, like normal anime associated stuff. Like you see characters and see background. But when it comes to like really dramatic moments,
Like, you know, like in Death Note, the anime, sometimes when Light or L is monologuing, their hair color turns red.
yeah,
Kind of shit like that.
yeah, when that happens in the anime, fucking. It's really gold, like you know, like something is up. Because in the manga, like it's just black and white, and you don't see that kind of like colors that you'll get to see in the anime. All the psychedelic, all the different like textures and patterns they use in the background.
Really
Or
like
even,
the screen. They really
yeah, and they even like show like onomatopoeia, like you see like words of like good, fucking. Yeah,
I felt like a real manga turned into an anime, you know, right from the pages.
Yeah, especially like the first intro.
Yeah, especially the first intro when they like cut all these different scenes from all the other generations into like a flip page kind of thing.
Yeah, it's like a really good. Like I love the first few seconds of that intro. It's like it's like you're hyped up like from the get go. Like, oh yes, I'm gonna watch JoJo. So yeah, for me, what I really like about JoJo is pretty much everything. Like,
yeah, everything.
But because of the title, I want to see how bizarre this show can get, and it
was
really
quite
goes
fucking
bizarre.
Right?
It really, really bizarre. It really does deserve the title.
Yeah.
And I'm just fucking. You and I think everybody's really pumped for part
I'm pumped for season 2. Come on, especially
Fucking-
like the epilogue of the anime.
Yeah.
Wow, I was like, what? How?
Like you mean the very, very last scene?
Very, very.
Not the
last
boat
scene.
one, but like the very, very last one. You're like, oh, you get chills.
Oh
You get-
no! Oh snap! You know.
Yeah, because like everybody's like already knew that Part 3 Stardust Crusaders is like the most popular.
It's like the when people talk about JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, they're actually talking about Stardust Crusaders.
Yeah,
You know, they're not talking
like-
about fucking Battle Tendency or Phantom Blood. No, Stardust Crusader. It's
Stardust Crusaders. They're like everybody knows Jotaro. And, like,
yeah, everyone knows about Jotaro and his powers. Yeah.
yeah, it's like, and then you see like recurring characters. I don't want to spoil it. So yeah, I think that's it. That is this is our episode, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much.
Episode 3 of Super Shumi Show. It's pretty good. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I highly recommend it. Highly recommend it.
Kinjaku!
Dio! JoJo!
Buddha.
Da-da-da-da.
Oh, there's just so many good dialogue in that anime. Oh
Yeah.
my god.
And just imagine part 3.
Oh, man.
So anyway, I think that's it for this episode. You can leave a comment. Hopefully I'm gonna put this up in YouTube again. So yeah, anyway, leave a comment, click like on at the bottom of the video here, and and if you got the time, go ahead and check out Jen's Anime Club, the Facebook group. I run it. This guy here is a poor schmuck that he's a part of it.
Yeah, I post.
You know what? I'm pretty proud of the group now. It's actually more active than I thought it would be.
more active than some of the groups I've seen because of just how much heated discussion we sometimes have.
And not only that is like, and everybody else is actually talking about new shit. I'm talking about old Precure shit. Like, everybody's talking about shit.
It's like people in the group aren't casual, so they know what they're talking about most of the time.
Yeah, like I'm pretty. Yeah, it's safe to say that they watch more newer shit than that we both are. Actually, like you're like couple of series ahead of me.
Well, I'm just because you showed me Girls on Panzer, so that's why I want to watch C3. But
Yeah, I'll definitely. So yeah, you guys. Next episode 4 is all got to be about C3, which I don't know what the fuck's the full name of that.
Stella Joe Gakuen something CQ Club.
Yeah, that. Yeah. So anyway, I'm your host Jen, and this is Arcus.
Hey.
And we'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Goodbye, Jojo.
Okay, some news came out about a short demo from
Goodbye, Jojo!
Oh, funny shit.